Our era is considered to be the golden era. This is what I don't understand about your era, right? You guys are playing with arguably the greatest player to ever play. And excuse me when I say this, but y'all treat him like he ain't nothing. And I'm talking
Wow.
right? Y'all act like, well, y'all instead of pubbing y'all era up, y'all go back and say our era was the greatest. Oh, Michael Jordan was the greatest. Nobody could ever be greater than Michael Jordan, right? Okay, and then you turn around, but in your era, LeBron James sitting there, he holding every single basketball record. I mean, every single one of them. And you're looking at a Kevin Durant and you're looking at a Steph Curry, but then when y'all say who the greatest, y'all talk about the guy that gave you some shoes and, gave you some warm-ups.
Fair.
Hey, on this show, for the record, me, Boogie, and Lou will all agree that LeBron's the greatest.
No, I'm an MJ person, but Isiah, I'm 50 years old. Like that's what made me love basketball was Michael Jordan. I'm not just going to change my mind. He could be second.
Well,
second's not bad.
Here's what will make you change your mind on, or at least critically think about,
okay.
Right? And I'm a historian of the game, and I'm not a hater. I'm just when I speak facts, people think it's hate, but. You can't in no sports category. When we talk about track, when we talk about tennis, when we talk about football, baseball, the arguably the best players or athletes in those sports, they hold the world records. I know we talk about Jordan, but he leads in no statistical basketball category. But yet we say there's an argument about him being the best. But then when you look at Kareem and you look at LeBron, those guys lead in several statistical categories. But yet we say somebody else is better. And, I'm just giving you like the evidence, right? Here's the evidence.
What up? It's your boy, back again. Marlo knows basketball and Marlo knows boxing. Back at y'all with another one. This is so disappointing, man. This is so disappointing. Isiah Thomas still can't let it go. 35 years later, he's still hurt that Jordan basically ended his career in 1991. It was so disappointing to watch Isiah Thomas go on that bogus show with Chandler Parsons of all people, the biggest Kobe Bryant hater. And one thing I'm noticing, that people that hate on Jordan hate on Kobe, and people that hate on Kobe hate on Jordan. It's like a package deal. If you hate Jordan, you hate Kobe, and vice versa. And Chandler Parsons is the biggest. And then another thing I noticed, that most of the Jordan and Kobe haters, like Chandler Parsons, are LeBron glazers. Chandler Parsons glazes LeBron so much that he should change his name to Krispy Kremes. That guy's a clown, but that's a story for another day. We all know that Isiah Thomas and Michael Jordan have had this rivalry for a very long time. It's really one-sided, because I don't think Michael Jordan cares too much about Isiah Thomas or talk. He doesn't have anything but great things to say about Isiah Thomas. But every time Isiah Thomas talks about Michael Jordan, he has to try to tear him down. It's not about who has the most all-time records. When you talk about all-time records, yeah, of course, Michael Jordan doesn't have as many points as LeBron. He only played 15 seasons. LeBron is on his 23rd season. He's played 23 seasons. Of course, he has the all-time points record. But that's the only significant positive record that LeBron holds, the all-time scoring record. Well, he's not all-time in steals, blocks, rebounds, assists, but he is the all-time leader in turnovers. Isiah Thomas, everybody, not even just Isiah Thomas, everybody that wants to talk about LeBron having the all-time points record, They don't want to talk about the fact that he's the all-time leader in turnovers as well. You can't talk about LeBron being the all-time leader in points and leave that out. He's the all-time leader in turnovers and the all-time leader in missed shots. But once again, for the millionth time, the reason why it's not a debate is because LeBron played 23 seasons and only won 4 championships. Michael Jordan played 15 seasons and won 6 championships. LeBron played 23 seasons and only won 4 MVPs. Michael Jordan played 15 seasons and won 5 MVPs. And for all those people that want to go back to my championships point and say, oh, that's a team accomplishment. What about Bill Russell? Well, Michael Jordan got 6 finals MVPs to go along with those championships. LeBron James, of course, only has 4 championships, so only has 4 finals MVPs. But he's played 23 years to Jordan's 15. Why is Isiah Thomas leaving that part out? He don't want to talk about championships. He don't want to talk about MVPs. He don't want to talk about the fact that LeBron on his 23rd season played 23 seasons and couldn't win 1 Defensive Player of the Year. Michael Jordan played only 15 and he got 1. And then Isiah Thomas wants to talk about stats. Well, let's talk about this stat. Throughout LeBron James's 23 years that he's played in the NBA, he's only led the league in a major statistical category 2 times. 2 times in his whole entire career. He led the league in points once, and he led the league in assists once. 1 time. Led the league in points in 2007, 2008. Led the league in assists in 2019, 2020. Only 2 times. Since he's so great and his stats are so amazing, he's only led the league in a major statistical category twice. Meanwhile, in Michael Jordan's 15 years that he played, he led the league in a major statistical category 13 times. 13 times out of 15 years, Michael Jordan led the league in a major statistical category. He led the league in scoring 10 times, 10 whole times, and led the league in steals 3 times. 13-2, and LeBron played 23 years to Michael Jordan's 15? What are we talking about? You're saying arguably, Isiah Thomas, there is no argument. LeBron has no argument against Jordan. He just played longer. He played longer and did less. At the end of the day, Isiah Thomas has this thing backwards. You shouldn't be tearing down the competition that you played against. That because he's no longer your competition. Michael Jordan being seen as the greatest player of all time boosts you up because you have victories over him in the playoffs. Him being the greatest player of all time makes you look better. Right now, you're not playing against him, Isiah Thomas. Your competition is other point guards. When you retired, you were universally considered the second greatest point guard of all time behind Magic Johnson. And since then, Stephen Curry has clearly passed you up. Chris Paul's retired this year, and a lot of people think that Chris Paul was better than you too. There's some people that put Steve Nash over you, John Stockton. Michael Jordan is not your competition anymore. So you mad at the wrong person. You should be, instead of trying to tear him down, you should be trying to tear down some of these other point guards that they're trying to put over you. But I have a theory. I have a theory on why Isiah Thomas is so pissed. When they went back-to-back in 89 and 90, and they were riding high going into the 1990-1991 season, they thought that they had the Bulls' number. They thought they had Michael Jordan's number. Isiah Thomas thought he was about to rack up championships all the way into the early mid-90s. He thought they was going 3 or 4-peat probably. And when they lost, he didn't know how to take it. So he took it like a girl. He took it like a crybaby, sore losing little girl. And I mean, you could kind of understand in the moment how you can behave like this, how they just walked off the court, how Isiah walked off the court like a sore loser. But 35 years later, and I got some intel on why that is. I got a little bit of intel. as to why that is. When Isiah Thomas walked off that court like a sore loser, that wasn't the end of it. That wasn't the end of it. His cousin exposed him. His cousin said he was crying hysterically. Nobody could console him. And he had to call his grandma because he knew that was the end. Jordan had ended his career, and he knew he wasn't going to win no more championships as long as Michael Jeffrey Jordan was around. Biggest sore loser I ever seen in my life. And he's hated Michael Jordan ever since. I didn't get it, Grandma. Jordan took it from me.
No, Grandma, I didn't get it. I can't believe it myself. I know. I'm so numb. I just hate him. I hate him. I hate him.